here I am in my kitchen and I'm not cooking. I'm actually gonna do some plant chores. So it's repotting time. It's time to transfer some plants that are in small pots into bigger pots, find out why we're getting some yellowing, and have a lot of imports. They're still in water. Some of you guys mentioned you wanted to see me repot them. So that's what we're gonna do. Have a lot of these chores. It's been taking over my island. I was gonna do it yesterday, but I needed some more soil, some things that I needed. So I think I'm ready. I'm ready to accomplish this. If you guys wanna see it with me, explore it with me, learn with me, then keep on watching this video. Okay, so let's organize ourselves here. One plant at a time. Okay, so guys, so this is Anthurium crystallinum, and I got this one from Ecuador, and I want to say I've had this one for a good year and a half. Some of you guys wanted to see a little bit how my plants are doing, and some Anthuriums have been doing well, some Anthuriums did not make it. And we'll talk about it, and I'll show you several that are here. Some I've been struggling with for a good year. And some are doing fine. The crystallinum has been a fine plant, but I've had it here, like I mentioned, for a year and a half. So I want to check out the pot and the roots. I want to see if it needs to be repotted. So good thing I have it in this clear pot, I just realized. So we can kind of see how the roots look. They look good, in good health. They are kind of wrapping around the pot, which of course a little bit is always normal. Now, question is, should I up-pot it? I'm gonna say yes, because I'm here, I'm ready for it. Doesn't look as terrible, but you know, I was watching an Ecuador was having a live sale. I wasn't buying anything, I was just getting entertained watching it. But he said, one of the main guys that sells from Ecuador, he said Anthuriums like to be transferred in a bigger pot, he mentioned. He said because that way they'll grow more. And since he works at a greenhouse and he's working with all these Anthuriums, it made me think, and I thought, my Anthuriums are probably not in a very big pot. So I think it is time to help them grow a little more. And I'm gonna do that. But you know what, I just realized I only have 2 bigger pots. These are the bigger pots that I scavenged around my house that I can use. And I have 3 different Anthuriums here. So this one's not too bad. I'm gonna wait. But let's check out this one. This is my Anthurium magnificum. And this one, I got sad the other day when I starting to yellow. I've had this leaf for over a year and it was completely fine and happy and beautiful. But it's been over the year that I've had it, and I traveled. And when I started seeing the yellowing, I went to look at it. There's no pest on it, but what I did see, it was dry. So I kind of let it, I think the damage is from letting it dry out too much. So then I thought maybe the pot is just too small for it now. So this is one of the first ones that I'm gonna use this to put all the soil that I'm not using. Put that excess there. Okay. So I think this one is in need for a new repot. And I can't see the soil because it's actually potted up in this one. I watered it about 2 days ago, which it makes it a little harder. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And yeah, I feel like I've been stuck at 2 leaves for a long time, so it might be, yeah, this is tight. So this one, I think is gonna be happier in a bigger pot, and that way I don't have to be so afraid of missing when I have to water it. And yeah, we want this baby to grow more. I have here a little bit of a soil mixture. What I have here that I do not like is a little sphagnum moss. I'm gonna just put it here for now. Yeah, put it here. I have a little sphagnum moss that we had left over, and we placed it in here. A little bit, well, definitely not bad for it to be in here, but I didn't want a lot of it. Now what I have in here is usually, I think I have this like fox farm. This is a very nice soil. This one says, does it say it's for indoor plants? It just says potting soil. And I really like the quality of it. I don't always buy this one, it's a little pricier. I just went and bought a bag today, and I just bought the name brand of my local nursery, the one they make, because it was about $7 cheaper. But I also add, with my Anthuriums, I would add some orchid bark, something like this. I really like this one because it has some charcoal in it, and I think it's like an antimicrobial. It kills, so maybe some bacteria. So I think this is good. It makes it very airy, and sometimes I add some perlite too, according to the base of the soil that I'm using. Now, how much do I use? I try to keep, let me check and see how this one is, because I usually do a basic one, and then according to the plant I'm using, I'm pounding it on. Sometimes I add more orchid bark. So what I do is I come around and I feel my soil. I go like this, and it should not stay like a nice solid ball. If it does, that's not good. It should dissolve just like it is here. This means it's airy, fluffy. So there's a lot of perlite here. I think I'm just gonna add a little bit of more orchid bark, just because I don't see too much of those bigger pieces of orchid bark. By the way, my little apron and my gloves are from Target. Oh, look at this nice mixture. Look at it. You see, it has the perlite, the charcoal. What else does it say it has? Fir bark. Okay. So yeah, I want to be even a little more chunkier. Let those roots breathe. Okay, this looks good to me. Okay, so now I'm going to get my pot that I will be using here. Put a little base. Okay, I'm not going to mess with the roots. I don't usually dissolve, you know, I think this is fine. Oops, it's too high. Since there's nothing wrong with this soil, I'm not gonna remove it. That way, it's less shock for the plant. Okay, so now we're just gonna fill in the sides. And so we are upsizing it. I would say about 2 inches, 2 to 3 inches. And that's kind of what you want to do. Man, it's still a little high. What I'm going to do is just break it down a little bit. Normally you want it not to be the same level as the height of your pot, because you want the water to be able to stay on there and not flow out of it. My little scoops are from Amazon. So I know people have asked me for which ones, and when I've gone to see the link of the exact ones I bought, they're not available anymore, but I see other sellers sell them. So I would just Google plastic scoop for plants. That's kind of like what I did and how I found it. And yes, it's very handy. Okay. So again, this is my Anthurium magnificum. And so this one normally has not been very hard. Not as hard as my Regal. We'll talk about my Regal just a bit. My Regal is a little more picky. This one, I'm thinking the yellow was more due to me and not watering it in time, and it needed an upsize. So this should be good. Okay, first plant done. This one needs some watering, just a bit. Okay, this is my Regal. So as you see, the Regal is very tall, and it's getting, it got that big brown spots. And I don't know why. I treated it for fungus, and I feel a lot of people have the same problem. I'm just making sure there's no spider mites. I see little spider webs, but it doesn't seem to be. Spider mite webs are very compact. These are a little bit more spaced out. I don't know if you can see the spider webs there. And and normally you see little dots, white ones, walking around, moving up and down. I don't see that being spider mites, but still it's not a bad idea to treat it. So, but I don't think that is. So I'm not gonna be very paranoid thinking that I'm like transferring any spider mites here. Okay, so here we go. Bring it out. Yes, it's very, you see these roots? Has good, healthy, beautiful roots, but it's just, it's tight. It's tight in there. The plant does not have room to grow, to breathe, to be happy. So we're gonna change that. These are recycled pots. Let's just do this before. Yeah, okay. Now I do not keep these in an IKEA cabinet or in a greenhouse. Keep it in my regular house. I want to say this one's been outside lately because I have a shaded porch and I wanted it to get more heat and humidity because it had a newer leaf and I wanted to see if that newer leaf could grow bigger. Because I know when my Magnificum that has the one I just showed you right before this one, I had it in my IKEA cabinet and that's when that huge leaf grew because it loved that humidity. But once I took it out, it didn't brown on me, which I'm great. I'm really happy, and I do not have a humidifier. So I do have one, but I didn't have it on. So okay, I think this is definitely long overdue. I needed a repot. It's a huge plant. As you can tell, the roots are big. And the key for a healthy plant is you want to have good roots. So we're gonna keep having patience. Hopefully we'll get new leaves here and they'll be a little nicer. But this one's been hard, where the little spotting comes. If you guys have any information to share about why you think that might happen, or if you guys actually have one of these and it's happening or it's not happening, share tips on how you take care of it. Maybe, I don't think it's a humidity thing because it's happened, I think, even inside the IKEA cabinet with this one. Yes, it did. Now that I remember. So I know it was high humidity and it still happened. Okay, next plant. Let's keep going. We have here this is an import from Indonesia, and I think this is my Jose Bueno or Paraíso Verde. Paraíso Verde. Okay, philodendron. So it has some variegation, and from the import, as we can see here, this leaf doesn't look that great, and I think I received it about 3 weeks ago. This one looks fine, but it's fine. The roots are good. I've had it in water. This looks brown, but it did when I received it, and it's nice and firm, so it's not root rot. We're fine with that. The roots look overall well. Some of them are the ones that it traveled with. Most of them are. I want to say I see very minimal new roots growing out from when I received it, but they look fine to me. Okay, so now we're gonna pot it up. So we'll choose a pot for this one. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and prepare more soil if it's running low. Okay. Again, I don't measure it. Again, I can see the consistency at the end, and I'm gonna have an idea if it's where I want it or not. But again, this is a fox farm by itself, so I want you to see how it is. You see how it's saying it's not so dense that it stays like a ball. So that's why that's a pretty good consistency already. And I'll be comfortable just using this. If you guys don't have this, I think this soil is pretty good. But I say just in case, add a little bit of this. Makes it even better. I think that's it. Okay. But yeah, if you guys are trying other soils, you can always just check the consistency with doing that little hand fist test. Okay, so I'm gonna end up using this pot here instead of the white. It's a little smaller, so that's good. So yes, we're transferring from water to soil, but this plant wasn't soil, except right before they brought, you know, took it out of the soil so they could send it to us. So the roots are overall dirt soil roots. Philodendrons are pretty easy. They're not really picky, which I'm very happy about that. I don't get as nervous with philodendrons as I do with anthuriums. So I look forward to seeing this one grow. I do push it a little bit. You wanna kind of make sure the plant can stand up upright. And then should be good. Basically planting to the node. See, there's like a node right there. I'm not putting soil above that node. Okay, this is where the new leaves comes from. So there's my Jose Bueno. Paraíso Verde. Oh man, those two confuse me. I have a Jose Bueno too, that's why. I don't know if it's here. But okay, so I'm gonna put these to my right, and remember that all these need water, especially when the ones that transferred from water, they need water because they're used to being in water right now. Okay, let's check out another one. I have several choices. This is a Self-Adhesive that's variegated. You see that variegation? I honestly don't think it's the most beautiful variegation. It was sent to me, so I didn't really pay for this one, but it's interesting. I'm happy they sent it to me. I have some other choices. I'm trying to see which ones I want to use this pot for. I have my Scindapsus. That one should be in a smaller pot. I have my Ansonii. It's variegated. I'm trying to see like the root sizes. Yeah, I think this is too big. And then right over here we have an Epiprenum and an Anthurium. This is an Anthurium. And the Epiprenum's root. It's a little bigger than what I would want. Okay, my other choices are these. Maybe I'll do this. And so these are from IKEA, and I'm going to be using them in my greenhouse. And I did pull out these little pots also that are small, and I can use these. So I'm thinking this should be good for now, and then I'll put it in one of these pretty ones. So let's do that. Okay. Nice. This is a silver blush Anthurium. I also got it from Indonesia. The roots are still holding up really good. I don't think I lost any leaves. So this Anthurium has done great. Okay, and I'm excited to put her in my IKEA greenhouse. Since she's small, it's easier to pop her in there, and that's like best conditions. Okay, so here she is. You guys want to see the soil level, where I put it at? I know when we're learning, all those details are important, so I wanted to share it with you. And then, yes, it doesn't look pretty there, but then, ba-bam! Does it look pretty there? There it is. Okay. Another job accomplished, wonderful. And I think I'm gonna have to use several of these. Okay, so again, now we're gonna have a lot of small plants. Okay, let's see, is this too small? It's fine for now, right? And I'll just up pot later. Okay, this is a beautiful, it's an Epiprenum that's variegated, but it has the variegation like a yellow. I had never seen this. This is how much root it has. That's why a small pot would be fine. We're gonna pop it in there. What a really unique plant. Like, I had not seen this. They chose it and sent it to me again from Indonesia, and it got here wonderful. It didn't skip a beat. But yeah, did not even know that this plant existed. Okay, here she goes. Papa, pretty, right? Okay, we're getting through these, yay. Okay, now we have my Scindapsus mint variegated. Check it out. I think it gave a new leaf. These are hardy plants. Didn't skip a beat either in the travels from Indonesia. So far, guys, I'm gonna tell you that my imports from Indonesia versus Ecuagenera, the roots have come in better condition, the ones from Indonesia, than from Ecuagenera. I think the company of Ecuador is a bigger company, but I don't know what they're doing differently in the way they're shipping them, that so far the roots have been a little better. I know these companies, Arid Market and Arid Asia, are a little smaller than Ecuagenera, and I think they're just trying to get their name known and all that. And I hope, I hope they do really good so they can also have success, because what I'm seeing is pretty good. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it like this here. I have the other catch pots. I have more that I'll be using when I put these in my IKEA cabinet. Okay, I think the Adansonii can go here too. It's variegated. Did you see the variegation? And again, we didn't lose much leaves, and I'm surprised because this can be a picky plant. The one I have is that one, and it doesn't look very good. It's like if I miss the watering a little bit, it leaves turn yellow, like you can see there. And I feel like I'm constantly pruning it, removing ugly leaves, and I feel like I haven't advanced. I've had that plant for like 2 years, and I feel like we're at about the same size. So we'll see how this one does, because it's variegated. I would think it's even more picky. And again, I didn't pay for this one. This was sent to me, so that's awesome. I would have been afraid to pay for this plant, because I would have been afraid to lose it. That is not cool when you spend a lot of money for a plant and you lose it. That's the bad thing of plant parenting, and sometimes trying to get a little more rare plants is when you lose one. The soil here seems great for all of these, and they're gonna be very happy there. Okay, so we need more plant pots. Okay, so we have more pots here. We're gonna continue this fun game. Okay, so I have this one. This one doesn't have a lot of roots. It's taking forever, and it doesn't want to grow roots. Yeah, I guess here, right? A little longer pot, but it has some roots. And I'm thinking I'll just put it in my IKEA cabinet. Hopefully it can get that humidity that it needs. Put it in the artificial jungle, right? This one also was from Indonesia, and again, it's the variegated Self-Adhesive. It has those beautiful red backings of the leaves, and it likes to climb. Seems like a leaf was unfurling, but it looks really tiny. Like, I guess it wasn't in the conditions that it needed, so it didn't really develop. So that should be good. Okay, we're accomplishing so much. And did I miss any of the ones in water? I think we got it. This one here is a Hoya calistophilia, It has really big leaves. When I got it, it had 5 leaves. I put it in water because I wanted it to grow a little more roots, and we have more new roots. These are new roots, but it's kind of stuck. I'm not getting much roots anymore, and we've lost some leaves, and now this leaf is like thin, like we might lose it. It's 2 different plants here. Each one has 1 leaf, so I'm so ready to repot this. Right now they're being held together. Should I leave it together? Let me see. There's little roots there and I don't want to mess with it. You see? I don't know if I should take this off. I don't see why I would harm it, right? Leave it together for now. Okay, so again, Hoyas do like to be root bound, so I'm not going to put it in a very big pot. I think that one's good. Okay, we wanted to grow more roots. This plant needs to focus in growing roots so it can be healthier. Again, Hoyas would love something very chunky like this, where the water just runs through it quickly and it doesn't sit in the water. This one needed to be repotted. It's just like I said, when it's not working, it was stuck. We need to try something different before it's too late. Okay, it looks good. Big leaves. Okay, trying to get these water things out of the way as I accomplish my chores. And I wanted to show you, this is my Choco Red. You guys saw it maybe in an unboxing. Choco Reds have been complicated for me. This one, finally, I think I had it in sphagnum moss. It wasn't rooting. It kept losing leaves over and over and over. I had it in my IKEA greenhouse. I ended up switching it to water and it's grown roots. And that's, if it, like again, I repeat, if this plant does not have good roots, it's never gonna do good for you. So when I took it out of the sphagnum moss after having it in there for a good 6 months or more, I realized it had very minimal roots. So my last try was put it in water and it has grown roots. So it's looking very good. Look, there's even a little leaf trying to grow out of there. There's bubbles because I put a little bit of hydrogen peroxide yesterday. And I just don't know if I should leave it in here for a little longer. You know, it's doing good and I don't want to just throw it in soil and lose this little bit of roots that I have. So this one I'm planning on leaving in here. And this is another Choco Red. Basically it was in water like this one, but the whole thing here, I felt like it smelled bad. The water was turning brown very quickly and I had touched it and it was mushy, so I cut off a good chunk of it off and I left just the part that was firm and it was green. And I'm not gonna put it in water anymore. So I put it back to sphagnum. It has 1 little leaf. And I'm tired of playing with these Choco Reds and trying to bring them back, because when I've had them shipped from Ecuador, I've lost all of their leaves. I've had 4 of them sent to me. All of them have lost their leaves. I'm happy for the people that have kept their leaves, because we talked and you sent me messages and I think that's amazing. But Choco Reds remind me of the Veracruzums. They do not do well to shipping. All my Veracruzums have lost all of their leaves and I'm there working always with making them regrow again, roots and leaves. Seems like the roots also are so thin that they're gone quickly and you have to reroot them and you're left with a node. But I still have 2 out of the 4. I want to say the other 2, I don't know, I need to go look for them. I don't know, some I've lost some of my Anthurium Vitichii. I've got 2 ordered. 1 completely died on me. The other one, I had a leaf and finally that leaf turned yellow and now I have a nub and I'm working on it. But those Veracruzum Choco Reds by Vitichii have been very hard. Others are still here with me, as you guys can see. But that's why I always think if you guys can hold up and find a nursery where you can buy it in person, For those that I'm mentioning, in my experience, that have been hard, I would say, hey, it'd be better just find it in person. Other plants are, they do so much better with shipping. And but maybe learn from the people that are ordering all kinds of plants, and that way you guys can see which ones are easier to do better with shipping and don't die as quickly. I think that's it. Those were my plant chores. I'm gonna go put all these babies back where they go. I'm gonna water them, but I'm happy to have accomplished this with you and have shared with you a little bit of my experience of getting plant imports, rare plant imports, and see how they've done and how I treat them and take care of them after I receive them. Hope this was helpful. If it was, let me know in the comments. Have a great day, and thank you for your kind support always. Bye.